Hello, class. This is Dr. Thompson again. I just want to come to you briefly to explain this classification essay to you. To me, I've worded it as clearly as I know how in here, but there's still questions that students have a lot. So I'm going to just kind of say it, and try to explain it maybe a little bit better, a little bit differently, and maybe that will help you understand. Basically, with a classification essay, you're taking a larger topic and dividing it into three smaller categories. Again, three kinds of teachers: strict, lenient, and just right, or knowledgeable, really smart, not very smart, and in between. Or three kinds of students: lazy, overachieving, and again, just right, or those who procrastinate, those who work ahead, those who just to do things when they're due. Three kinds of customers, three kinds of shoppers, three kinds of football fans, whatever. Three kinds of horror movies. You don't want to do three kinds of movies. You don't want to do three kinds of music, because theoretically, every member of the group should fall into one of those three categories. So if you do three kinds of movies, and you do horror movies, comedies, and documentaries, well, you're leaving out dramas. You're leaving out action movies. You're leaving out other genres that obviously don't fit into those three categories. Same thing with music. So you could do three kinds of rap music, three kinds of country music, traditional, modern, and whatever else. But you have to, you can do three kinds of horror movies, three kinds of anything that you can divide into three. And again, within those three categories, you're pretty much including all teachers, or all movies, or all horror movies, or all shoppers, or whatever. And you compare them using the same criteria. This is where it gets a little complicated, I guess. For example, if you're writing about three kinds of teachers, you could write about how much homework each kind of teacher gives. So in the body paragraph about a strict teacher, you're going to write about how much homework that teacher gives, how the teacher interacts with his or her students, and what kind of grades the students typically earn. Then when you write a paragraph about the lenient teacher, you're going to write about how much homework that teacher gives, how the teacher interacts with the students, what kinds of grades the students earn. When you write about the just right teacher, the one in the middle, you're going to write about how much homework that teacher gives, how the teacher interacts with the students, how the just right teacher interacts with the students. That is different, obviously, from the other two kinds. And then what kinds of grades the students earn, which again would be different, I would assume, than the strict teacher or the lenient teacher. And then the heart of this, of course, is number 4, specific detailed examples. You need to talk about Mr. Jones, your freshman algebra teacher who was too strict. And that time that he took Timmy, Timmy was just trying to pass a note to Joey, and Mr. Jones took Timmy and, threw him against the wall, and I don't know, whatever, or Susie was on her phone in class and Mr. Jones took the phone and threw it out the window, which I personally have been tempted to do many times as a classroom teacher. Tell stories, examples. Stories are good, lists are bad. You don't want to just list things. You want to give stories, tell stories, and give detailed examples of each teacher. Even if you have to make it up, as long as it's believable, then who cares? And so I hope that helps clarify this. You're dividing into 3 categories, and then in the body paragraph for the strict teacher, you're going to write about, the criteria that you specify. In other words, for 3 kinds of drivers: the ones that are reckless, the ones that are real slow and, pokey, and then the ones that are, again, that just try to be in the middle. So you can write about how much they obey traffic laws, how other drivers feel about them, how their passengers feel riding with them, and you're going to write about those criteria for each one. How do the passengers of a slow driver feel? How do the passengers of a fast driver feel? How do the passengers of someone who drives in, the speed limit feel? What kind of traffic laws does each one follow? Etc. And then, most importantly, you're going to give examples. You're going to tell stories to illustrate this particular kind of driver, or this particular kind of teacher or customer, or whatever it is you're doing, coworker, whatever. And of course, there is an assignment here where you will be posting your topic, and I'll let you know if you're on the right track when you do that. If you have questions, please let me know. I hope this has helped clarify this assignment. It is a little tricky, so I wanted to come to you for this brief video. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and of course, as always, let me know if you have questions. Bye-bye.